Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 160 of Trials and Trebuchets. That's a massive number. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me this week, as they do each and every single week that we make this show, are my players whose names are as follows.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm standing next to the giant number, and I play the level 8 gnome wizard Windsor Wallaby, along with his cutty little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Yeah.
Let's get it started in here. We're gonna party all night. Hi, I'm Carla, and I play the level 8 tiefling roguelok integrity. Hi, Idleberry. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Sorry.
Is everything all right?
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 8 half-elf bard. So I wrote a song for Adeline, and I also wrote a poem for Delness, so y'all are not getting a musical episode intro this time, but just stay tuned. Keep your ears peeled.
Excited.
God.
I don't want to peel my ears.
Peel your ears.
Peel them like banana phone.
Peel them like carrots.
But the banana phone is for hearing.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play the level 8 human sorcerer, Serenep Sunderman, and between teaching wonderful dance classes and being on house arrest, I get to sit with my lovely Malmut-sized hedgehog, who I love with all of my heart.
Yes.
Big boy.
Big boy.
I love how between the last time we talked to him and now, he's just grown. It's like, what?
Doubled in size.
I love
And
it.
last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students introduced artists to their parents. The Marchands mellowed out a little. The Wallabies got along well with the man. And Amarette Idleberry questioned her parenting after learning that her daughter also still has bad manners. Afterwards, the four went for a quick dance lesson in the musical applications of magic department, passing a very flat and emotionless and very happy, a very happy Philip. Very happy for the engagement on the way. During the evening afterwards, Mira helped Elric with his song for Adeline. Serenep was protected from assassins. Winsler got a alteration to his gala outfit. And Integrity Idleberry met with her covert sports analyst / thief in the making, Lucia, to get some dirt on Joan. It's night at Wildcliff School of the Arcane, a night of varying orders. We left Mira. You had gone and said goodnight to your parents and presumably hopped into bed afterwards after helping your professor / girlfriend's dad write a love song. Serenep, you're under house arrest. You're probably just vibing around, reading a book, maybe hanging out with Virgil.
Yeah.
Anything to pass the time. Every time someone walks by in the hallway, you hear that herald outside your door go, "Halt! In the name of the Cinderman family, state your name and intentions."
I think after a while of him doing that, she'll hear like the footsteps, she'll look over to Virgil, and then she'll start mouthing along with what he's saying, just like to entertain herself.
Amazing. Winsler, you are in your room. Your parents went for a quick evening stroll, and by evening I mean like 11:30 at night stroll, because they napped really late and your dad can't sleep, leaving you alone in your dormitory. No Kurt. You don't know what he's been up to. Presumably something manic, and you have not seen Yogg in a couple of days, in fact, which is potentially worrisome if you were to think of it. And finally, Integrity Idleberry, you went to your room and curled up on the floor amidst a sleeping crowd of people. This was the state in which we left the students on this very evening, on this very last episode. We now find them 12 seconds later, for the most part. Winsler, the door bashes open, and the aforementioned Kurt, doing something manic, rushes in. He has in his hands a big wooden crate of looking like brass components and a couple of part lists, and he'll slam it on the counter. He looks at you, his eyes have deep bags under them. He'll say, "Winsler, okay, one, how are you doing?"
I guess I'm okay.
Great. Awesome.
What?
So I went and talked to some of the professors who I had been talking to about about making Yogg, and I got some part lists that are not complete. They also gave me more brass, but we do not need it, I think, at this point. So You can have this if you want. I don't need it. Or maybe I'll need it for something else. But I got partial part list. Have you gone to the archives and gotten like the manual again yet?
Remind me, have I done that?
No, you haven't. You've not gone to the restricted archives in Mini Moons.
I haven't done that yet. I've been preoccupied with a bunch of other stuff.
What were you doing today if not that? Our entire everything depends on that, Winsler. We're gonna show up. It's not gonna work.
Something very important happened today, and I also had artists meet my parents. There was a lot going on. I didn't have time. If there's time tomorrow before everything, then I'll scoot over there as fast as I can. Take a look.
To make time. My parents are begging to spend time with me, and I've just been running around finding professors saying, "Sir, I gave you a list 17 weeks ago. Do you still have it?" And hoping they had it, right, Winsler? I'm trying, like, if we fuck this up, like, you get what that means, right? If we show up in Troil and say, "We don't know how to build a golem, we kind of just fucked around and it worked." It takes 12 seconds to go to the archives.
I mean, do you want me to go right now? I don't know if it's open or closed or...
You can try. I mean, I don't know when, like, Ava Redding leaves for the evening, but I'm sure she would help you out if she's still there.
How far? How long is it going to take me to get to the archives?
It'll probably take you like 5 minutes, Winsler.
All right.
It is genuinely a 12-second affair to go and get the book.
All right, well, my parents are out for their evening walk. I'll go right now and go check to see if it's still open, and maybe Ava Redding's there to help me out.
Awesome. Amazing. Perfect. I'm going to sleep. I haven't slept in like 18 hours.
That sounds like a great idea.
See you on the other side. And he just crashes into his bed.
That's a lot of energy.
It's just a lot of energy, yes.
I'm going to hop off my bed and scuttle towards the archives begrudgingly.
Perfect. You close the door behind you, scuttling off into the chilly night. You wrap your cloak a bit tighter around you as the cold of the incoming winter nips at you a little. Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira Marchand, level 8 half-elf bard.
What are you...
Oh, shit.
Sorry. There's a very important thing we skipped over. You returned to your room.
Yeah.
Laid out on your bed was 5 very distinct dress bags, lovingly laid out by your mother.
Great.
Does your mother's shop have like? Does your mother have like a logo or just a name of her shop, or would she just put her name on a bag for you?
I honestly think it's just called like Marchand Fine Fabrics.
Okay, that's a really that's a small towny name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marchand's Fine Fabrics and like a garment
Just
bag
Marchand
laid out.
Fine Fabrics.
Marchand. Sorry, my apologies.
It just gives it a little bit more of a finery for the tourist.
Fine
you know?
Fabrics laid out on your bed. Would you like to open them now?
Yes.
Okay, everyone, let's go around the horn. Sarah, you'll go last. Please describe a dress which Mira's mother has prepared for her.
Ooh. I think one of them is this. Well, number one. It's has like some glitter to it, and it's silver.
Oh.
And the top. There's like 2 different distinct sections. The bottom is like a very long, flowy dress. The top part is like, you know, like that design where like there's like a belt and like the fabric maybe like hangs over it just slightly, and it goes up, and it's one shoulder strap.
Ah, yes.
And it kind of like ties on the shoulder itself, and like everything's like secure and everything, but like it's just a very like fancy like.
Is the strap on the left or the right?
It's on the right side.
Ooh,
Interesting. This is important.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my thought.
The dress that I had envisioned in my mind was a dark green frilly thing, which Mira might resemble something that your mother made for you when you were a younger girl. It has like this air of like being a bit more childish, but it's still exceptionally well made.
I've got one.
Yes.
It's more like a thick and like shorter dress. It's got like an upper layer to it that's sort of like meant to be for the winter. So you've got like long sleeves that end with like a fuzzy fluffy cuff at the end. It's like outlined with the fuzzy cuffs on the top, and then the rest of it like just like flows out into like a nice like bright aquamarine.
Aquamarine. And Carla?
I am thinking more of like a dark turquoise ensemble. There's like some kind of what's the word for it? Like the skirt is 2 layers, making it very what's the word for it? Like
Poofy?
pyramid.
Like pyramid shaped.
Yeah, like it's almost like
Conical.
conical. But it ends around the knee,
Mm.
and I sort of imagine the top to be have like some lace turquoise kind of thing. And maybe like off shoulder.
Okay.
Mm.
And Sarah, the final dress bag, please.
So the final dress bag is silver. It's slightly above the knee length. The sleeves are very like puffy. There's a V-neck. The bottom is a layer of tulle fabric. Then underneath, a layer of something a little bit thicker, something kind of more akin to a velvet, to sort of create this kind of puffy, sort of flowy-ish silver dress. You can Google the brand Selkie if you sort of want to have some idea of what I'm envisioning here. And it has attached to the shoulders a tulle cape with embroidered snowflakes climbing up it.
Very
Yeah.
poofy.
Yes.
I see. Excellent. So, Mira, you might organize these in a closet or wardrobe, whatever have you.
I think Mira, seeing sort of the multiple dresses, sort of makes a mental note to do a costume change between the duel and the rest of the night so she can wear 2 of these.
Amazing.
Just because I think that would
That
be
fits.
extra fun for the aesthetic
I
of
think
it
you can
all.
stop at being, that would be extra.
Right? It's Mira. It's extra. She's
It's
gonna do
very
it.
Good. Perfect. So afterwards, you can head to bed.
Great.
Yes?
Yes.
What does Mira dream about tonight?
I think that Mira dreams about, there's an orchestra pit, but all of the chairs are suspended in midair. It's like an orchestra happening in the sky. And as Mira holds her lyre, the music notes take physical shape and they start wrapping around the orchestra in the form of almost a storm that then creates a vortex. And the colors start streaming around the sky, and by the end of the night, the melody starts to turn a little bit dark, and the chairs begin to drop one by one until she's the only one left playing in the orchestra.
And then a voice cuts through the dream, and you hear it say, "Wake up."
Mira, just her eyes just like snap open. She's like blah.
Standing right above your bed is a elven woman, kind of thinned hair. Adeline Raithrin stands here at midnight or just shy of it. You do a quick glance over to Alina's bed where a blanket has just been tossed over her so that even if she wakes up, she just won't see anything. Adeline will say, "Your audience has been requested
Right now, it's
right now."
is this another Algrim thing? It's fucking midnight.
Yes, the Lady of the Woods requests your immediate
God,
audience
Are you kidding me? Okay, just
to
like
discuss evils near and far.
oh my god, just give me like a minute. Oh my god,
Absolutely.
this sucks.
Do you need anything? Can I
need
get
a
you
minute.
anything?
No, it's midnight.
You killed my daughter.
I know. There was a hearing about it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say anything during the time.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I had this whole conversation. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is not a good time. Okay, just give me a minute.
Absolutely.
And Mira will
What does
very
Mira do to wake up?
groggily
Yeah.
wake up. She's used to having Kuragami wake her, of course, and like carry the blanket off from over the bed. So this very rude awakening is like
Ever heard of a thing
Yes.
called privacy?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, your door is just open.
Yeah.
Mira. So you get ready.
Yeah.
Wake yourself up.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna wear one of the dresses just because, like, I don't know. I feel very off my game being awoken like this, and I feel like I'm overcompensating. So I'm gonna be, for this moment, putting on the aquamarine dress with the long sleeves and fluffy cuffs because, my dresses are already laid out. They're already like right by my bed, and I need to compensate for the fact that I am not a morning person and it's fucking midnight. So I put on this dress, and
Absolutely.
I am ready to go.
You step out into the hall where Adeline stands. She looks you up and down and kind of scoffs loudly. And she'll say, "Follow very closely."
Okay.
And turn and take off, not running, but walking quite fast, Mira. And you descend the stairs following after her. She walks almost silently down the stairs. And it's so notable against your like cluck, 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 as you try to follow down behind her how quietly she's walking.
Is it like one of those things where like the head doesn't really move up and down, so it's almost like if you just look, it's like somebody is floating?
It definitely is like one of those, yes. And you can exit out into the general courtyard, off following Adeline to the Lady of the Woods to meet her audience. Integrity Idleberry.
Yes.
You are in a deep slumber as well, are you not?
Very much so. Snoring and all.
What's your dream about tonight? Did you eat those snacks before going to bed? Are you having like a food dream?
I would say that I did have some snacks, but I do not have any food dreams.
Okay.
I would think that my dreams would be of Integrity jumping on clouds and just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that clouds felt like marshmallows. I should do this in next time I have the time.
You jump from cloud to puffy cloud. They bounce delightfully under your feet. Just so soft as you always imagined and hoped they would be. Except for the last one you jump on, which you begin to sink into, like a pit of tar. It feels like you're drowning, and it feels as though you are dropped onto the floor of an inky black chamber. Integrity Idleberry. A humanoid with the head of a serpent, the head of a cobra, their oily black skin and undulating form stands in front of you, looking you dead in the eye. You feel under your hands and feet as you rise back to standing, like that uneven texture of the ground, and even now it undulates as well. The progenitor looks down at you, or looks you squarely in the face, I should say, and will say, I turn my focus back to you, and I find no progress. Horned One, what have you been doing all this time? You call upon my powers in trivial circumstances, and yet don't find the time to search out objects which have been lost. The tongue shoots in and out.
I've been trying to get the tall one back.
He is of little consequence any longer.
Well,
He threw off what fate he could have, what power he could have asked from me. Might now sits abandoned. Horned One.
so it didn't burn with him?
Would you like me to show you?
Yes.
The progenitor stands before you. The same height exactly as you, Integrity. A hand reaches out and touches you on the forehead. We see your eyes go dark and inky black. What you see, Integrity, is a pile of pebbles, hundreds high, and unceremoniously, at the bottom, a yellow orb. It glows ever so gently, only noticeable because of the darkness with which it is surrounded. And the progenitor pulls its hand away, and you are back in this room, gasping almost. And it will say, even if the tall one was dead, this was your chance to take this.
Well, I thought that he would know where it was. We thought that it burned with him.
Well, now you know where it is. Go seize it, and then you will have 3, and we can deal with that imp, the cold one, afterwards. We'll do what must be done, and afterwards you can have anything you desire in this world. What is that, Horned One? What do I need to give you to do what I want? To make it worthwhile for the two of us? Money? To live forever? These are trivial for me. If only you open the hatch.
I desire a lot of things,
Name them.
but I don't want to ask for them from you at this moment.
I spoke with another since our last meeting. The noble one, she was much more amenable to my offers. Perhaps I should ask of her what you cannot do for me.
Who are you talking about?
The noble one. There's no need to inform you. What, would you seek out your competition to kill them in ways that you've not deemed worthy of doing to the tall one or the cold one? If you do not achieve the goals we set forward, the two of us joined a partnership, then you are replaceable. If there's nothing to give you, if you have nothing to gain from this, you're of no use to me. Seize might now, before some foul creature takes it.
I'm just going to nod.
Do you want to say anything?
I don't think I have anything to say to him right now, or to them.
Okay. Yeah. You see the progenitor's tongue dart out of his mouth. It glances against your cheek. They're that close to you. And he'll say, good. And you wake up in a cold sweat, Integrity.
Good.
Your body is good.
Yay!
Your body is cold, like seasonably cold, I think. Even underneath this blanket, the sweat drips from you as if you just gotten out of the water. Where are the orbs stored right now?
I've always kept one of them under my, like in my chest, under my stuff.
Yeah.
And the other one has been more close to me, like
Okay.
either in my bag or...
Do you want to look for them
Yes.
in this moment? Okay. You pull out the one which is on your person, the Orb of Progress. It is warm to the touch in a way that you are not, and it boils under its perfect, immaculate surface, this 4-inch diameter blue orb. You put it away and begin to dig through your things quietly so as not to wake the others in your room, and see a 4-inch diameter green orb. It too is warm to the touch, and there's motion underneath its surface, that which looks like the writhing of hundreds of snakes, which slows as you put your hand to it. Would you like to bring it with you?
No.
Okay. You put it back in its bag, its pouch, and shove it underneath all of your other things in the chest at the end of your bed, and close the clasp. Would you like to leave now, or is this a matter for tomorrow?
When I think about, like, because, like, when we got out of being down there, like, how far was it? Like, is it going to be hard to retrieve? Because I know that the Pebble collection is, like, very, like, a lot, and I know that it's an area that we already told them about, so they might be scouting for it.
Yes. It depends on how you wanted to get down there. The fastest could be 20-ish minutes, 30 minutes. And if you wanted to take a more inconspicuous route or try to pathfind yourself through the maze of tunnels hidden beneath the campus, it could be hours, who knows? But that's up to you.
This is hard. I think I'm going to attempt to check it out and see if there's, like, people who's, like, starting to... Okay. I think my fear is that someone else will find it.
Yes.
And they will, like, get strung along here.
Okay. So are you going now?
Yes.
Okay. We see Integrity throw on her robes, quietly exit out into the hallway, close the door behind her, and run off into the night again. Off to find an orb. Misplaced. Sereneth Cinderman, you are under house arrest. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You are being protected from assassination as a member of the royal family.
Wow.
You hear, we'll get to that.
Integrity running.
Well, could you give me a perception check? Because I assume, and maybe this is me assuming a lot, your parents are coming in the morning. I do not assume you're sleeping much.
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Make a perception check for me, though.
Perception. Ooh, that good. That is 18 plus 2, so unnatural 20.
Holy fuck. Okay, you are sitting. Nailed it. You are sitting in your room. You hear a slight creak from outside your window. The sound of, because you're only on, like, the second floor or third floor, you're low at the very least, if I recall. You hear the creak of the main doors of the dormitory opening and closing behind you, or behind them, rather, as the sounds of people leaving the dormitory at roughly midnight can be heard.
That's weird.
You can walk over to the window, you peek out, and you glance down to see an elf and a half-elf walking through the courtyard, you see your friend Mira Marchand being very quickly hurried away by Adeline Raythrin into
that does
the
not
night.
look good.
No, it does not look good. You got a 20 on perception, yes?
Yes.
Okay. 2 other details come to your mind, or come to your senses, rather. One is the sound of snoring coming from outside your door. Loud, abrasive, snoring. The other, hiding in a breezeway on the other side of the courtyard, almost as if he just ducked out of view of Adeline and Mira, and then popped back up when they have left the courtyard. You see a yellow-eyed guy.
Uh-oh.
God
And
damn
he
it!
also
Everyone
seems to be leaving the dormitories. So, my questions for you,
Something
Saraneth.
suspicious.
My questions for you, Saraneth. 1, do you want to stay here? 2,
No.
do you want to go after Mira? Or 3, do you want to go after Philip? You cannot do all 3 of these things.
Ooh.
Well, number one, yes, I do want to leave this room.
Okay.
It's only been a
wonderful.
couple of hours, but the fact that I cannot leave the room is like I'm itching to leave this room now. Even though there's some inconsistency with Adeline
Mhm.
when it comes to who is safe and who is not, at this moment in Serena's perception,
Yeah.
Mira's safe with her.
Yes.
Right. So like she's good with that, but then she sees Philip and she just kind of remembers
Yeah.
earlier and she's like,
You got
and
it.
she's like, last time you went out by yourself and explored, you fell into a vat of
Mm-hmm.
weird stuff. So she's gonna follow Philip.
Absolutely. I think we see you looking out the window, and you see Mira, and your fingers like clench hard on like the molding around the window as you're watching. And then you see Philip seconds later, moments later, and like your knuckles turn white with the grasp. How are you leaving this room as you make up your mind to do so?
Number one, she's going to dress in like very dark, inconspicuous clothing.
Perfect.
And I think she's also going to, let me pull this up here,
Excellent.
because I got new magic and it seems like a very useful time to use it.
Magic.
I'm going to use polymorph on myself. Just
So we
to...
got the rules wrong on this last time. You can only turn yourself into a beast. You can't turn yourself into another person, just in case that changes things. I'm sorry I didn't catch that last time. I didn't read the spell well enough, and I'm kind of an idiot if you couldn't tell after 160 episodes.
What are the implications of that? What does that mean?
I mean, aren't people also creatures?
That's what I
So-
think, but unfortunately, you have to be a beast, I think, right? So like an animal or
Okay, in that case, well,
monster.
Just
Well,
make
become a dog.
Serenep, but with like with
Fangs.
fangs.
That'd be a cool Sarah.
She turned herself into a
Turns into
vampire.
a vampire.
And that's her thing.
Love that for her.
I think she's going to, in that case, because that spell is specific to a
Yes.
creature. She doesn't want to turn into a creature. She still needs her thumbs. Is to like just dress dark, inconspicuous. Actually, I'm dumb as fuck. Give me one second. I have
Dude.
invisibility. What am I doing?
Oh, easy peasy.
I'm dumb.
No.
So you walk to your
shit.
entryway, pull on your shoes, pull on your dark sneaking attire, and make yourself invisible. And you can open the front door quietly. Next to the door, there is a guard. He's slumped against the wall, asleep, standing up like a giraffe or a horse. Make a stealth check with advantage for me.
Yes. Stealth.
I love some midnight adventures. It feels so TNT, you know?
We're in danger.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got advantage on that. That is a 16 in total.
Perfect. It was a very low difficulty class.
That
So
man
don't
is
worry.
asleep.
Because he
And
is
done.
asleep and you are invisible.
Yo.
You close the door. It makes a quick kirk sound as you close it. He goes as in unison with it, and you just look at him, watching for any signs that he's to wake up, and there are none. And you can hurry on your way to chase after Philip Maisel. As you exit into the courtyard, you feel the cold of winter hit you, and you begin to see, Sereneth, the beginning little almost pieces of static, that fluffy dry snow begin to drift in from outside of the cave entrance of Wildcliff as the first snow of technically winter, because it is past midnight, begins to fall. And you hurry off. You watch for a moment, looking right, as you see Adeline and Mira race off to somewhere else on campus, and you look left to see Philip kind of slowly making his way to what looks like the enchantment building nearby. And you can follow quickly behind him.
Yep.
Winslow Wallaby. You flop, 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 flop. You flap your feet down the stairs into the courtyard. This is easy business for you. Rush off towards the archives.
My favorite place on campus.
The best place on campus.
So
the large
good.
edifice of the archives itself. That relief carving.
Criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
Looms above you. You walk up to the two large double doors, and you can push one of them open. It opens easily. Inside, the archives, vast and in pitch black, present themselves.
Hello?
Your voice echoes loudly and numerously. Hello, 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 hello.
There's like a front
It
desk,
echoes.
right?
There is a front desk. It's like a round desk, a couple, like 30 feet after you walk in.
There's like
You
no
walk.
lights in here at all, is there?
There is no lights in here at all. Only the passive lights from like the windows at the front of the building where moonlight pours in gently. Light this place. It's like in a movie when everything is lit with that blue. It's nighttime light. Ben,
Huh.
what would you like to do? And let me know if you need your memory jogged on where you need to go and everything.
I'm just gonna conjure like a disc so I can hold up like a light source.
You conjure a disc of glowing golden light, if I recall properly, is your preference.
Yeah, it doesn't give off much light, but
yes.
it's enough.
It's something. It's enough to see it be in front of you and where you're going. You can walk up to that front desk, looking around. You do not see Ava Redding. Listening, you hear mild clicks and clacks coming from far, far above you in the archives, up where the archive attendants kind of live, really. But they don't seem to be down here currently. You
That's
seem to have the
normal.
run of the place. That's normal.
Is there like an hours of operation plastered on like a wall or like a piece of furniture or something around here?
There's a handwritten little placard on the front desk that says, closed for the night. Ava Redding, head archivist.
Well, cool. Thanks, Kurt. I guess I'll leave.
Oh, really?
What?
Okay.
Academic probation got him stopped. doing
Listen,
bad things.
I'm on probation. I can't afford to be
That's
going
true.
into that place. Also, the fucking Modrons will snitch on
Make
me
a perception check. Make a
as
perception
they
check
always
for me.
fucking do.
Make a
Those little
perception check for me.
creeps, those little mechanical villains. Perception, you said?
Yes, please, Ben.
9.
9. You don't notice anything in the archives, but you do leave, fearing for your expulsion, like a proper and good student.
Oh, I mean, I said
Respectable.
if it's closed
open,
and there's
yeah.
no one there, then we'll try tomorrow.
As you walk out, not noticing anything in the archives, you leave. You close the door behind you, the groan of this massive wooden door, and see, scuttling across campus, wearing dark clothing, someone. You don't know who. You just see that they are running with some haste, being a bit sneaky about it, too.
Let's see. Just wondering. I don't really have anything to like be quiet.
No?
No, not really.
Just walk slowly.
Walk slowly.
You're
I guess.
tiny and light.
I
like
guess
tiptoe.
I'll, swiftly but quietly attempt to like move along and like see like where they're going, but chances are I'm probably not going to like follow them too hard.
Well, we'll make this easy then. Integrity, where are you going?
I'm taking the easier route,
Ah.
but
so
it's
off
mostly
towards the garden.
yes, but it's mostly like I'm looking or making sure that no one is out there. Like I'm being
Cautious.
cautious.
Okay.
It's honestly
As
like
you-
if I see someone that I'm like, oh, they're watching over this, I'm not
Yeah.
going to continue kind of thing.
You run up towards the gardens, the greenhouses, rather. You see off in the corner a big sweetling looming, wiggling gently, vibing intensely, and 4 square-ish greenhouses, or rectangular footprint greenhouses, and a hummingbird statue in the middle of them. There's 2 pairs of 2 on either side of it. As you stand here, waiting for a moment, watching, scanning the horizon, looking for anyone, Winslow Wallaby, if you would like to walk up to this person, or in some way perceive that this is integrity, this is your time to do so in a fun way. The moonlight, as she looks left and right, the moonlight kind of like hits her skin, and you're like, now that is the carrot-colored tiefling I know. So if you would like to tag along, this is your chance.
At one point, I'm worried about the whole probation and stuff. But on second, it's integrity. I don't know what the hell she's doing.
Yep. That's the worry.
But yet I'm also concerned because my parents are out for a walk.
So much problems to be had.
I'm going to not follow.
Winsler, the most responsible student of the bunch.
I'm not going to
Holy
follow because my
shit.
reasoning is whatever integrity is up to, she is strong enough to, handle it. I'm pretty sure. I have confidence that integrity is able to handle whatever she's doing. So I trust in her to get done whatever she might be up to.
Absolutely.
The most responsible of all of us right now.
However, I will spend some time casting a spell.
What spell do you cast, Ben? Winsler?
As swiftly as possible and as quietly as possible, I'm going to pull out of my pocket my paddle ball.
Oh, the one you bought at the knickknack store.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm going to cast Tiny Servant on it.
Where do the legs come from? The ball of the paddle ball, and
God.
and the arms come from the paddle.
I would almost say that the face is on the
no.
back side, so it doesn't have the string. So it's like the string is on its back, and
It
it's
has a
like
Can I propose
Tail.
something? Can I propose something actually?
yeah.
The face is on the front of the paddle, and as it walks around, it has to carry the paddle in
Yep.
its little, like the ball in its little arms, so it
Oh
doesn't
my
drop on the
God.
ground.
Yeah.
And, like it has to make sure it's the little cord doesn't get tangled on stuff. Oh, so cute. Okay,
Adorable.
paddle animated, perfect. Are you going to say any
And
instructions?
I'm going to task it to follow integrity and make sure that she will be fine.
It salutes with one hand, and the ball kind of drops out and goes blub 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 on the ground as it bounces a couple times, and it like scoops it up back into its 2 little arms, and it says it bends its entire body and then like scuttles, like hustles after integrity. Integrity, you can figure out this hummingbird puzzle, which has been done 2 times in the history of the podcast, and record time of 5-ish minutes probably works.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys
I
did this
think
before.
that it's the kind of thing where they told a story of like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, this puzzle was so
Yep.
weird. It did this, it did that, and integrity was.
Yeah, that geography and
Took a mental
mechanism
note.
makes sense to me. That makes total sense. The way it was explained is perfect. And you just
She's
do
got
it.
keen mind.
Yeah, she's got keen mind. It makes sense to you. You fulfill the puzzle requirements. A hummingbird raises a stone elevator out of the ground, and you can hop on in. Integrity, you see a little paddle holding its little ball run into the elevator, barely before it closes. And it like flops on the ground.
Like flops, meaning
Like
it's
the
not
elevator's
animated
the
anymore?
elevator no. The elevator is like about to go down below the surface, and then it like flings itself through the small crack like an action hero, and let's just goes like clunk 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 on the ground, and then stands up and collects its ball and like it reorients itself and like stands next to your heel like a little steward.
Clearly, I know that this is Winsler's doing. Like, it's the paddleboard that he
It's the
bought
pa-
earlier.
it's the paddle
it's
ball.
his spell. It's his paddleboard. Yeah.
Oh, so you're going on an adventure with me?
It looks up at you and holds the ball in its hands. Its 2 dorky little sharpie eyes look at you innocently.
I want to draw
It
this
just
so
has
bad.
a ball, like a small child holding a basketball that it wants to play with you.
I
It
feel like this
holds
is a
the ball.
metaphor.
It has the orb in its hand, and you have your 2 orbs in yours.
Well, I only have the one orb. With me.
Sorry. You both have 1. Perfect.
Yeah.
And the elevator descends into the undercampus.
The paddle ball secretly has the fourth orb.
This is Faramel.
Oh, shit.
Meanwhile, Mira, you're walking swiftly behind Adeline across campus. She repeats again, quietly, "You killed my daughter."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Well, I thought that
And
was
she
what
stops and looks at you.
there was a magical ceremony.
Yes.
We wanted to bring back.
You already described it.
Yeah, I know. I
council.
know. I just. What do you
Keep
want
your
me to
voice down.
say? Like
I was just exclaiming that it was fascinating that you did it.
Fascinating.
I didn't pin you for the type.
What's that supposed to mean?
I didn't take you for the type of person to kill someone you had feelings for.
It's not like that. It wasn't on purpose. It was.
I know. But the risk of it.
We all agreed to it.
I'm not criticizing you, girl.
I know.
The Lady of the Woods awaits. Let's go. She seems
I'm not
a bit...
like you. I just want you to know that.
What does that mean? She was going to walk away and now she turns back. She's gone from like kind of chill with you, Mira, like very level-headed with you, to now if you get a very easy read that you're getting on her nerves.
Yeah. I don't think that what happened was something to be admired. It was necessary, but it's not interesting or cool. And I just wanted to get that out there.
You did powerful magic far beyond your means. I find that fascinating. I find that the risk you took was fascinating. That you risked your lives, you and your friends, my daughters, other unimportant students. You risked everyone's lives to bring a man back. What's wrong with that, Mira? Are you going to fight with me here on this? The fact that I find your magical acumen impressive, your determination impressive. I'm not upset with you that you killed my daughter or you killed anyone else. I could not care.
Be. Anyone
Why?
would be. Because she died and it was awful.
She can be brought back. Anyone can.
I don't ever want to see what happened happen again. When I was in the plane of Isthathil, I held someone's hand as she died and I couldn't bring her back. I brought her back for 2 seconds and it was the most horrible thing. I don't want to watch people die and bring them
There
back.
are ways around it.
I know.
I mean, you've already killed her. I might as well have a quick conversation with her when she comes and visits over winter. Pick her brain about it a bit. The Lady of the Woods is waiting for us.
Okay,
We are
all
already
right.
late.
Okay, let's go.
She turns and walks off. You follow a bit more reluctantly this time, Mira. You seem to be traveling across the front side of campus. You see on your right hand the 9 towers of Wildcliff. And notably, between them, you see a lot of people at work on something, talking quietly in hushed tones. They seem to be wearing assorted professor's robes and attendant's robes, some chrome mercantile employees standing here as well, more so overseeing everything going on than helping, but nonetheless, Adeline rushes on, angry, towards the infirmary,
Okay.
where she will open the door and say, "The Lady of the Woods awaits you."
All right, I will go through the door.
She slams it hard behind you, almost hitting you on the back, like not 100% waiting for you to get through.
Mhm.
Very passive-aggressive. And inside, you see something. We'll talk about that later, though. Sereneth Cinderman, you follow Philip Maisel closely, but not like catching up with him immediately. As he enters into, there's a, the enchantment department is multiple floors, and there is a small courtyard beside it, where there is a beautiful tree and 2 stone benches. This is a place for people to come between classes and rest, or to eat lunch, spend time with friends, do studying when the season allows for it, right? Nonetheless, it is here. And Philip enters into this place and takes a seat on one of these benches. It is an intimate and close-quartered place. The snow drifts gently through a hole in the roof, which is what makes it a courtyard, and lands on the ground and the trees and Philip's hair, dusting it gently with the first winter's snow. He is sitting with his back to you when you walk up. He has his face in his hands and is bent over. You see his hands kind of digging into his head, almost like pulling his hair a little bit. You hear a whimper, similar to what Mira heard earlier when he walked quickly past her after your conversation. What do you want to do?
I think she kind of stayed back for a moment when he first entered and sat down, because it was like, oh, he's going to talk to someone here. But then he starts to cry, and she can't handle when Philip cries. And so she kind of steps around and I guess
a light crunch, the softest as the snow, the slight dusting, and the grass underfoot, dead at this time of year, does crunch as you walk up to take a step in front of him.
I don't think she knows what to say, though. Like,
yeah,
I don't think she 100% knows why he's upset. And so I think she kind of just steps forward, and like she just can't handle seeing him cry, so she kind of brings her hands out. Yeah. And she's hoping she doesn't freak him out by just suddenly appearing, but like she took off the invisibility, and she brings her hands out, and she like kind of like takes a hold of his wrists, like not pulling them away from his face, but like just like touching them.
His grip on his own hair and general tense body language. There's a shudder that goes through him immediately when you do grab him. Not of disgust or anything, or revolt, some negative emotion, just general shock, which passes in a moment. It was just the initial response. And then you feel it, that tension ease slightly. You can pull his hands away from his head easily, and he'll look up at you, these tears streaked down his face from his yellow eyes, his hair kind of matted and pulled from where he's just been pulling at it all day. It's messy and unbecoming. And he looks at you with these piercing yellow eyes, and he's just breathing heavily.
I think just because like she brought the hands away, she's gonna like also bring her hand up and start like fixing his hair, just like running it through his, like just like over his scalp, and like just kind of like, and I think she's worried to see him in such a state, and she starts very quietly starts talking, just like, hey, it's whatever's happening, it's gonna be okay. I just want you to like copy my breathing, a deep, like, and like just trying to.
I should have done something sooner. I thought I had more time. It's not like it could have never happened. I could have just said to my parents, I want to marry her. And it could have been done like that.
I think hearing that, tears start kind of coming down her eyes too. And she kind of like, she's like fixed his hair and everything. And she's like, she brings her hands to his shoulders. And she says, there might still be something.
There's nothing. What are you talking about? You're betrothed to marry a prince? The prince. There's nothing I can do. Not now. If I tried anything, that would be it. For me, for my family. Just a disgrace. It all ends with me. Some lovesick kid who couldn't get over you. I just thought it was so safe. I assumed we had years here. Every other time it was called off, and this time it's out in public, it's official, it's happening.
Not for a couple of years. It's always
happening, Serenepth. You're way too smart to think that this isn't set in stone.
Why can't I be dumb sometimes? Why can't I believe that there's a chance? There's
not. And if we believe that there's a chance, that'll kill me. I can't. I really can't. I've just loved you for so many years. And I was just too slow to do anything.
I mean, it's not like I got the courage to say anything either, because I was so scared, and I didn't know if you. But Philip, she puts her hands to each cheek, like she's holding his face now. She's like, I would give all of it away for you.
It doesn't work like that. You don't just give it away. Not now. Have you ever heard of anyone who stopped being betrothed to a royal? Or have you heard about them after they stopped? Because I haven't. Have you ever heard of someone professing their love for the betrothed of a prince? This is it. This is the end of... It has to be the end of any feelings I have for you and any feelings you have for me.
I don't want you to... Let me say it once. She leans closer and she says, Philip, I love you more than anything I could ever love. And I am not going to stop until I can be with you. And she presses a kiss to his lips.
The snow falls in this tranquil and private moment. In Serenep, you pledge that, and you're not entirely certain how it's going to happen, but that you will keep loving him, and this will work. His face was pained, and as you do press that kiss into him, he does return it and cries the whole time, just hurting. And you have this moment of bliss while your friends return to their dormitories empty-handed or enter into the undercampus to fetch an orb alone again, or while they enter into the infirmary to speak with Alla Algrim, Lady of the Woods, who stands eerily at the end of Angelica Lindemann's bed. And that's where we'll end this episode, folks.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Why must you hurt us like this?
Sarah, can you do this outro?
I feel so
Fucking outro. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you did, it would help us out so much if you were to leave a rating or a review on our iTunes or whatever other podcatcher app you use. We read every single one. They help us out so much.
They do.
Not only that, but we also have a Discord server. You can find the link to that in the description of our episodes if you would like to chat with us or other listeners. If you would like to see teasers, fan art, and maps, you can also check us out on Instagram or Twitter at Trials and Trebs. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/trialsandtrebs, and that's where you can do things like really help us out, keep the lights on, and get things like the ability to make your own Patreon student NPC, see blooper reels, vote on bonus episodes, and more. Finally, most recently, we've got a super cool merch store, and so if you would like to get a t-shirt, stickers with amazing designs like the Integrity Topaz on a rope, Mira's Lyre and Delness's hat, Winsler's cat in a hat, or Serenep's very cool fork trident, you can check us out using two different ways. You can go to trialsandtrebuchets.com, or you can also go to trebmerch.com.
Trebmerch.com is where you can get everything. Trebmerch.com.
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 Thanks everyone for this episode. It's a classic. It's a classic TNT midnight tryst episode. Join us next week for Consequences.
More heartbreak.
This is going to be a 45-minute
I know. See y'all later.
I was like, this went by so quickly.
I'm in pain.
It did. God.
It hurts. My chest.